Hi everyone, and welcome to your reading for summer 2025. This will be a general read for all water signs, followed by a pick a pile, which will be, I'll be using a different deck for this one. So your general read will be with this mystical penguin tarot, and we'll, it's been a while since I've done this, so don't take this too seriously. Always take a reading with a pinch of salt. If you need help with anything else, then you can go to a medical professional or a therapist, which I highly recommend you do. So let's start. Let's start with the first card. It is the Six of Wands upright. A very good, victorious celebration here that I see a lot of happiness, a lot of you're kind of flaunting something that has turned out well for you, right? But I think it's just not enough. I think this, with the Six of Wands and Three of Wands following it, I think it's a sense of, wow, I've accomplished so much, but it's already too little, and I need more. I need to see what's out there, which is what we can see with the penguin in the Three of Wands, is gazing out into the distance, watching the boats leave the shore, because they're idealizing or dreaming about something that is better for them, which they can't find where they are right now. So perhaps this is something that might speak to your situation. You are not in a bad place, you're just wanting more. That's the general feel I get, is wanting more. And you want it now with the Chariot. The Chariot is about quick movement, and it's, oh well, its ruler is Cancer, so I think this is mostly going towards a Cancer reading. But we all have Cancer somewhere, so in the chart. Chariot is a lot of fast movement, a lot of, also it looks like victory, like the victory is continuing from here to here, like the celebrations are going on, and this is very spot on with the penguin saying, waving goodbye, and to the previous two cards kind of saying, okay, I'm done here, and I appreciate everything that has led me to be here right now. The experiences I've had have helped to build me up as a person. Now we are looking at mainly wands. This is fire and water in this spread. I do feel it's something about leadership, about a project, definitely something more creative that was worked on in the past, and we might be saying goodbye to that particular project. We might be continuing on to another project, but we're heading away from the fire and heading towards something that's more water based. So we're looking at something that drives emotions, something that allows your spirituality to be explored or discovered. We're looking at very, very intimate conversations and one-to-ones, and the family as well with water signs. So yes, let's get on to the piles. If you have any questions or anything you want to add, then please do so in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. But until then, yeah, I'll see you in the piles. Hey water signs, welcome to the Pick a Piles for your summer 2025 reading. Every pile here has two separate decks. One is the Angels and Ancestors, and the other one is the Rider-Waite Tarot. So Oracle and Tarot cards. For your choices, you've got a blue dice here, number 1, red dice, number 2, or purple die, number 3. Alright, so that's pile 1, 2, and 3. Take as long as you need. Pick one of them, or 2 or 3, it's really up to you. Whatever resonates with you, and then I will see you at your destination. Hey pile 1, welcome in, how are you doing? So let's get right into it. You've chosen the pile that has 1 Angel and Ancestor card and 2 Rider-Waite Tarot cards. Let's start with the Angel and Ancestor, which you have the Shaolin Master, which says under here, it says, be graceful in movement and action. Now the Shaolin Master is someone in this deck who does not take a step lightly. Everything is calculated and everything is in its own time. So this isn't about rushing as much as the Chariot is telling you. You are moving in a fast direction, but try to do so with the Shaolin Master here. So telling you, try to be uniform, try to take it calm. You don't want to step over other people's toes or get ahead of yourself and mess something up, right? So let's try to find more of a middle ground. It's okay to move fast. Just be mindful about how you're doing it and where you're going, right? You want to see both the present, where you are right now, and plan a bit ahead for the future. So it's also about being present in the moment with the Shaolin Master. Also remember to breathe. So a good thing about this card is like kind of signaling to you, hey, if you need to meditate, if you need to take some time out and let everything sink in, I think this is a good time. You just need to take it easy and rest a bit as well, and really allow all this time that you've been in projects or working or whatever it is you've been doing. It's been going by so fast. Now it's time to relax. Now it's time to rest, recuperate. Okay? So I'm going to read you from the book itself. For the extended message of the Shaolin Master, it is saying that you're being guided to flow like water, blow like air, and connect with your purest intentions. Don't feel you need to rush ahead. A gentler approach will be more fruitful and rewarding. Move with subtlety and grace. Reach high, but also ask yourself how you can move with the flow of life rather than pushing against it. Do you have the capacity to refocus your gaze at this time? Can you slow down? Or can you take more time to soften and breathe as you move forward? All of this will be incredibly beneficial for what happens next, right? And I think that's the important part, is what a lot of this excitement and movement is really about, what is coming next. It's going to be so exciting. And I think that's why you're being called to, hey, calm down a bit, because we don't want to overflow. We don't want to go into overdrive and get very anxious and nervous about our situation. Let's move on to the first tarot card, which is the Seven of Pentacles. And I do feel it's very similar to what I was saying with the Three of Wands. You kind of you're Three of Wands and the Chariot, you're kind of like, well, I've been doing all this work and I'm looking to go on to better places, but I have yet to see the fruits of my labor. I'm getting impatient, right? That's the kind of sense I get, is an impatience, which is very... I'm pointing at Shaolin Master because you should take into account to be extremely patient. And I'm telling you this as a Cancer Sun myself. I've been extremely impatient lately, but I have a lot of projects coming up, hopefully. And it's telling us, hey, all of these rewards, they are waiting for you. Just wait a little bit more. Just a tiny little bit more. Second card is the Eight of Wands. And I think this is why we should wait. There's a lot of competition going on around lately. There's a lot of... The Eight, I see the Eight of Wands, especially, I see it more of a fast-moving card as well. Things could happen just overnight. Yeah. It's also about quick thinking and making decisions very quickly. So... I don't know. I think a lot of things will just come to you um, without without much thought given into it. So let's say, for example, you've been presenting some sort of company project, right? And you've been pitching it and pitching it, and nothing really has been happening. And then all of a sudden, in the same day, you might get like five offers straight away, being like, "Yeah, we'll take this, but we need it right now. We need it in the next 3 days to be finished." It's that kind of exchange that I see here. So you might have a lot of opportunities just dropping into your lap all at once, very quickly. And I would think, I can't suggest you do anything, but in my thoughts, if opportunities like that suddenly appear, they're going to disappear just as fast as well. So that is something to take into account. Move with intention is the main message here with the Shaolin Master. Move with intention, be graceful. There might be situations where words and thoughts are interchanged very quickly, which could lead to like tempers rising or misunderstandings. So just to take it easy, be calm, go with the flow, and we'll get through this. Yeah. So this is kind of the overlying theme of the summer. More so the beginning. I get the beginning with this because all of these cards they haven't gotten to 9 and beyond. It's just the Chariot that came out, and the Chariot is very quick. The Chariot related to Cancer, I would say, yeah, Cancer seasons where things start popping off in its speed. So that's still what, June, end of June. So we still got another month and a bit. We have to get through Gemini season first. But yeah, pile one. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Hi, pile number 2. How are you doing? Welcome to the extra cards for you that we have pulled. It's kind of weird because this is the only pile where these two, the angels and ancestors, decided, hey, you need 2 cards. They dropped out together, and so I thought to balance, every pile has 3 cards, I'll balance it with 1 tarot card. But I will still start with the angels and ancestors. So let's go with the first piece of advice: Shapeshifter. Transform and unveil your gifts. In this angels and ancestors deck, the Shapeshifter is all about being able to adapt to your environment and adapt to different situations. And in this case, you really need to have that flexibility. Above everything else is the flexibility. It's finding how you and someone else, or you and a situation, or you and a company, a team, a project, whatever it is, how are you compatible with each other, without forcing it too much. Perhaps there's parts of your personality that are very well suited towards a certain area, such as like sales. Another part of your personality would actually do very well, I don't know, researching or something, right? Just, this is more about introspection and thinking, where can I pour my energy into the best? What abilities do I have that can be used to the best, right? Then we have, the Elder. The Elder's all about leaving past patterns in the past, so not to repeat the mistakes of our elders. This is all about getting out of family trauma, behavioral patterns that are passed down through the generations. It's about really breaking free of the chains. So there's something about you in terms of the Shapeshifter that you are different. There's a specific part of you that is different to what you have been taught to be or do compared to the family tradition. And I think it is time that you move forward, because with the original 3 cards, the general read, the Chariot is telling you at the very end, the Chariot's telling you have to move on from whatever this is. You have to move forward and say goodbye to the past. Okay, let's clarify a bit more. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles. Yes, this is like, you want more. You want more, and you think you deserve these crumbs. You think you deserve so little. And that lack mentality comes from the past. It comes from how you were raised, or how maybe parents or grandparents taught you the world functions, when actually it doesn't. So but you have the flexibility and the innate ability to change something, to transform not just your life, but the way your entire family looks at the world. I think you are going to be the trailblazer for your for your generation onwards. You're going to be trailblazing a different way of traditions, at least. Maybe it doesn't have to do with family, but at least traditions. I really like this for you. I want to say this is very earthy compared to the general read, which was 2 wand cards and the Chariot, water. This is very earthy. This is very much, okay, it's time to stand my ground and be very sturdy. Like, I get the feeling you're being told, hey, everything's gonna be fine, the floor's not gonna drop out from underneath you. You just have to put in that work and stop thinking you're not good enough with the 6 of Pentacles. So yeah, part 2. Thank you so much. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below in the comment section, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Hey, pile number 3. Welcome. Thank you for choosing this pile, I guess. Wow, I don't know what I'm saying now, because it's been a general read and 3 piles, and I'm like, my brain is going a bit. I haven't done this in a while, but let's get into it. So let's remember, the general read was 6 of Wands, 3 of Wands, and the Chariot. This will be the Angel and Ancestor card for further advice, and then 2 tarot cards for more clarification. Alright, so let's get to it. Shield Maiden. Right, I think... Interesting. Pile number 1 had something similar. So the Shield Maiden is about really drawing up a battle plan and tackling a problem, yes, head on, but there should be a strategy behind it. There should be, you should have tactics drawn up on whiteboards, mind map it, brainstorm it, however you like to organize your thoughts. Do that first, is what this is saying. This is the advice. Like, you need to focus your energy in a more precise way. You can't just rush in and then make it up as you go along. That is not the way. That's not the way for you, pile 3. Pile 3 needs to really hone it down to, you want something so detailed. This gives me like major like Virgo vibes. You want to have the details. You want to have every single bullet point, and then bullet point the bullet point, just to make sure. Okay, because I think for pile 3 especially, you see the Shield Maiden is kind of surrounded by darkness, really. Let's see if I can show you this closer. It's quite this beautiful, like, I want to say Celtic kind of pattern in the background, but it's really dark. It's a very dark green. So whatever you're heading into is still quite unknown and quite daunting. So this is why you need to plan ahead, right? Let's go with the tarot card. You have the Nine of Wands. So pile 3 really continues. You went from you've got the threes, the multiple of threes. You've got 3 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 9 of Wands. Number 3 is that if that's important to you, then I think you should pay attention to that. So the 9 of Wands is very close to finishing a journey, but there's probably a lot of difficulties and changes on the way there. So this is about some sort of deception or secret enemies or hidden obstacles. But in terms of the Shield Maiden, it could also just be that there's order, which would make sense. I think you need a lot of order, established order, so that you can rest on with your daily struggles, right? Sometimes daily life can get a bit overwhelming, and I think Nine of Wands is saying, hey, if you draw up this plan and you focus your attention, your daily life will be so much better. And then we have the World down. You're the only pile that has 2 major arcana, with the Chariot originally and then the World. So pile 3, I'm feeling it for you, honestly. I don't know what you're doing or what you're getting up to, but it seems to be a lot. But with the World, we do have that kind of promise of, yeah, this is what you're going to achieve. You're going to achieve it. It's a definite change. It's success. It's about seeing those final results at the very end of everything, and finally going, yes, this is what I was looking for. This is what I expected. We can also see that you could be rewarded quite well for the work that you put in. And this will ultimately, like, whatever this struggle is, it will ultimately lead to your freedom with the World. The World talks a lot about freedom. We can also say that the World can hint towards being perfect or trying to make something perfect, which I think falls in line with the rest of the cards. Is really it's focus, strategy, and perfection. This couldn't be more Virgo than anything else. So I don't know, Pisces, hey, this is as close as we're gonna get. Sister, your sister sign here is telling you, Pisces, hey, you have to focus and just put in all that work and really plan. But otherwise, yeah, I think if you have, that's what I got for you, pile 3. If you have any questions or comments, or you just want to share what's going on, then please do that in the comment box, and I'll read those and I will get back to you, hopefully, yes, perhaps. But otherwise, I will see you all next time. Thank you so much. Bye.